All right, welcome to my first attempt at trying to do a whiskey review. I've been doing a couple live versions of first impressions on some barrel-aged beers, Goose Island, and then most recently Maplewood barrel-aged Cuppa. But I can't drink barrel-aged beer every single time I do a video. I can, however, drink whiskey. I love Scotch. I love bourbon. There's some others I like as well, but those are the main big ones that I have way too many bottles of. So anyway, with our first one, I figured I would just do something kind of fun, something that you're not going to be able to find, not unless you got, a secret hookup. So this is actually, if you'll notice back here, something's missing. Right here. This is Mellow fucking Corn. So this is the art there. Yeah, pretty sweet. So anyway, this is a friend that I kind of made through a Bourbon Discord. His name is Cole. He made a bunch of these bottles. Basically, the story on these is that he bought a bunch of Mellow Corn, put them into a barrel, and finished them in Japanese Mizunara oak for 69 days. And then basically bottled them up, did some fucking sweet ass custom labeling. You can't really see it with the light, but it's kind of got a little bit of reflection on there. Obviously, the awesome wax top, the tater sticker, and then on the back, got a nice little write-up. Aged for 69 days in a 5-liter cask. Finished for 69 days on level 3 staves. Mizunara, an American. And entry proof 100, bottle proof 101. And this is bottle 8 of 17s. This is probably the most exclusive bottle I'll ever own. Anyway, like I said, it's fucking sick. It's like one of the coolest bottles I have just because it looks awesome. Truth be told, I've never actually had Mellow Corn. I've heard a lot of very mixed things. People either usually love it or they hate it. I've not found there's a lot of whiskey that I actually hate. A lot of them I'm still like, it's not for me, but I would still drink it. So anyway, rather than a fresh crack, he was kind enough to give me a sample as well, all tatered up as well. So, really fucking cool. But hopefully I can just screw this top off. There we go. Alrighty. So, Mellow Corn. Mellow fucking Corn, sorry. This is going into our whiskey glass. Glencairn, whiskey, and then my aged in ore glasses. Those are like my favorite glasses. I think the whiskey ones are really nice. If you watch ADHD whiskey, you gotta give it the SJ, little swirl job. But yeah, these are really good. Actually, it has a nice little legs there. If you can see them, I'm not sure. Kind of hard to see with my shitty camera. But anyway, nothing unexpected on the color here. Pretty light looking whiskey because it's not. I would assume, I don't know much about Mellow Corn, but I would assume it's pretty young whiskey. I know it's obviously corn, pretty much all corn, if not all corn. But let's just take another look at that fucking label. So he did at least 6 or 7 different labels, all of them with some variation of corn on there. Oops, fuck, I'm going the wrong way. And the corn is obviously the only thing I care about, not this super disproportionate, unrealistic person. Anyway, I'll be right back. Just kidding. But yeah, they're awesome. So there was a bunch of different ones, and then there were a couple that were like pirate, or I think there was one that was even like a farmer or something. I can't remember, but it was an awesome lineup. If I can ever figure out YouTube, maybe I'll like show a little picture of the other options across the video, but who knows. Anyway, let's get into it. Can definitely smell the, you know, the Japanese oak, which makes this, you know, smell much more complex and better than I would have expected. But once again, I've never actually had mellow corn, so I have no baseline. It smells youthful, but like I said, the oak, it's kind of like a funky oak, but like in a good way. Um, but it kind of makes up for what you can tell is probably pretty young whiskey. And just to be 100% clear, this is not on any way on Cole. Obviously, the whiskey that he got is the whiskey he got. He just finished it on his own. So, but this is great, man. Even if it tastes like shit, thank you. All right, well, let's get on in there, you know. It's interesting. Um, it's definitely kind of, so like I said, it's kind of flat, you know, because it's young. It's younger whiskey. It's not like it's been sitting for 8 years or 10 years or anything like that. And my guess is it's like the bare minimum, like 3 or 4 years, and then dumped in and blended, um, batched, whatever you call it. Um, it's not awful, but it's not great. Like I said, though, the nose is pretty interesting. I actually like that quite a bit. It's just then when you actually get into it, it's like, eh. Second sip, definitely better. Um, it's just, as it sits on your tongue, there's really not much there. You know, it's just kind of, you're like, oh, okay, there's whiskey in my mouth. Um, but it's not like, it's not coating everywhere. It pretty much, like, you put it there and then it's gone. You put it there and it's gone. And then, um, you know, as you could probably see, I kind of held it in there for a while, kind of moved it around. Just didn't really do much. You know, it's okay. Um, the bottle itself, like I said, fucking awesome. Packaging, etc. 10 out of 10. This is great. I don't think you could find a better bottle than the. I mean, I'm sure you probably. There's a lot of really good store pick stuff out there, but this is incredibly creative and awesome. As for the whiskey itself, yeah, just nothing there, you know, which I think is what is kind of the thing about mellow corn is people like it. They say it's good for being like 15 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever it is. But it's got nothing to it, man. It's just, there's nothing complex about it at all. The first sip was definitely hot going down, even at 100 proof, or I think this was 101. It was pretty hot going down. Obviously, the subsequent sips were fine. Um, this was my first pour of the night, too, so obviously that first sip gonna always taste a little hotter. Um, but yeah, this is, I don't know how much of an improvement this is on regular mellow corn, but I'll just say I wouldn't buy regular mellow corn. I wouldn't even consider it. If it was offered and it was the only thing available, would I drink it? Yeah. I mean, wouldn't we all? But would I ever buy it, see it on the shelf, buy it? Nah, no thanks. I'll pass. Um, you do get a little bit of kind of the oaky taste, but not much. I mean, it's very fleeting. Finish is super quick, very quick, quicker than my, first time. Anyway, we'll work on my YouTube editing skills to make that more funny. Uh, anyway, I would say to give it a rating, you know, if we're doing on a 10 scale with decimals, one more sip for good measure. Maybe a 5.2. So, first whiskey video, first whiskey review. Feels kind of lame to go right in the middle of a 5, but it really is like a 5.2. Like, it's not something I would ever want, not something I would ever go get. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I said, it's also a bit that once you get to a certain point in the bourbon world, you kind of really know what you like, and then you kind of stick to those things. Not to say you don't try new things, but I don't need to try every fucking Wilderness Trail and every, new riff and every new Penelope. Like, I know I like Architect, so I get Architect. I know I like the heavy char toasted barrel strength, so I'll get that. For, I mean, obviously, the point being that everyone kind of gets to know what they like, and you don't need to buy every single bottle. So that's a lesson for anyone just getting into bourbon. Ask me how I know, or ask anyone how they know. You don't have to buy every single bottle, and you shouldn't. Just get samples, or just say, hey, you know what, fuck it, I don't need that. Unless, of course, it's Elijah Craig barrel proof. You get every one of those, and the larceny ones have been really good too. You're never going to be mad at those, okay? But all the extra store picks you have to buy for this or that, most of them are okay. There are certainly some I've had that are really good. Anyway, off on a tangent. Back to this 5.2 final answer. It's fine, but like I said, 10 out of 10 on this. This is fucking awesome. It's amazing. Look at it, 69 wax top, fucking beautiful. Tater sticker, little write up on the back. So yeah, man. Cole, thanks again, dude. This is fucking awesome. This will probably stay as a trophy bottle in the back just to show off. But I understand you didn't distill the whiskey. You just finished it off. But it definitely, like I said, it has a little bit of that Mizunara, the oak. You can smell it for sure. It's just you can't taste it as much. But finished for 69 days versus the 900 plus days it was probably in an actual oak barrel. Resting. So yeah, not bad by any means. Just boring. Just boring. There's nothing to it. So anyway, that's my first bourbon review video. I will try to do some more in the future. If there's anything in particular you want, or you say, hey, you gotta try this one, or you gotta try that one, let me know. I don't have an insane collection, but I do have a lot, and a lot open. So like I said, if there's anything bourbon-wise you want me to try, or anything Scotch-wise you want me to try, or even just want my thoughts, be sure to put in the comments, and I will respond to you. And then if you're not already, the whole YouTube thing, hit the like button, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a great night.